This is the Rabbis Podcast.
It's geschmack to be a Yid. It's geschmack to be a Yid. It's geschmack to be a Yid.
And we know that you put two amazing institutions that have turned out amazing hundreds of Talmidim with the Meor programs, and your influence is everywhere in the Jewish world right now, the Kiruv world. So how do you deal with this? Number one, with your educators, and number two, just in practically with the hundreds of thousands that you have been involved with. This idea of the hard questions, apologetics, the desire to kind of sugarcoat, and as opposed to not sugarcoat.
So usually what we train the educators I train myself at is to know the real profound, deep answer and work to figure out how to bring that down to where the student is. And that's not apologetics. That's the beauty of taking a profound idea and being a great educator. And when I was starting Machon Shlomo, Shlomo Zalman Auerbach told me that I should take the 6 months off and I should go to the Gedolei Torah in the world and ask them, what's the one thing that I should build the yeshiva on? So I went to Rev Volga. He says, when I started Ber Yaakov, I did the same thing. And I went to Reb Dessler. And Reb Dessler told me that before he would tell me what the one idea was I should build Ber Yaakov on, I should come and hear a half-hour Musar Shmuz of his. It was a shir, the 17-year-old Bachram, who was after World War II. They weren't on the highest level. Reb Dessler was the tzaddik and Gaon Ador. Afterwards, he met Reb Dessler and said, how long do you think it took me to prepare that shir? Dessler said, 3 hours. No, he says, that shir took 9 hours. It took 3 hours to learn the sugiyah, 3 hours to organize it clearly in my mind, and then 3 hours to make metaphors and mashalim to help the students understand it. The reason we lack great educators is because it's so hard. It's a 9-hour process. To Reb Dessler, to go in the door, a gadol who grew up in Kelm, was a genius, was an Eloi. To do it for him was 9 hours. We're not doing apologetics, we're doing real education. Moshe Shapiro, Zecher Tzaddik Levracha, always told me that Reb Dessler taught him that you have to work and understand the idea deeply and profoundly. And then afterwards, you have to spend much of your energy building ladders and tunnels to connect the upper level worlds and the lower level worlds. That's what good educators try and do.
In today's world, where the Chofetz Chaim used to give the mashal of when there's a fire, use any type of water to put the fire out. I wonder to what degree we have an achrayas to be wedded to MESORAH, or the MESORAH is to do what works.
John Olby was standing by and he saw that in the 1850s there was a debate between Emerson and Thoreau, and Emerson tells Thoreau that Harvard in all branches of knowledge. Harvard, you learn botany, biology, classics, physics, astronomy, and Thoreau responded, that's right. At Harvard, you can learn all the branches of knowledge, but branches without roots, they die. You have to work on the roots of knowledge first, and then all the branches become classically valuable. That's the mission statement of being a good Jew.
But we're all trying to reinvent ourselves in the new world order. But give us the rapid fire answer to that question of where Rabbi Gershenfeld and where Meor, Machon's, where it's all going.
People are always going to have to pay taxes, and people are always going to have a funeral home, and people are always going to have a rabbi to explain to them what's the meaning in their life. So I don't feel early retirement is going to happen to me. I'd like to try and put together something I think that helps produce people who can be Torah activists, profound educators, idealistic builders, and see if the goal of life is to be a mashpia, to be a malamed. I find people are activists but don't have the deep ideas. They have the deep ideas, but they don't have it with metaphors to bring out. Hopefully, if we do that together, then the energy you put into these 100 episodes, the energy we shared tonight, the energy of Torah, will help make a better world, and we'll have that idealism to know that whatever we do is creating good energy that's going to make what we want to do better and more beautiful. Thank you, blessings, and we should be together for your 1000th episode.